So as I had promised you guys, I do get to ride something special today. So without further ado, here she is.
Here we go. If you look at this, that's my lean angle. Oh God. Quick shifter, auto blip down. See how that feels. Oh my God, I'm gonna be in so much trouble because I'm gonna want one of these. Oh, I'm gonna be in so much trouble. Now I'm gonna want one and I can't afford it. Oh man, I'm sure I look really weird because I'm fucking 6'3", 245 pounds on this bitch. Yeah, it's nuts. When I let my friend ride mine, that's what I felt. He was talking about it's weird to see somebody else on his bike. I can only imagine. And it's so weird because my feet are so far back. It's definitely not what I'm used to. I'm used to either ones that are forward or mid-range like mine are. But you know, with anything, it's something you get used to. I don't think we're gonna make this light. Damn it. Oh man, that quick shifter. God, I need one. Jesus. Tell me my blinker's on because I'm more worried about the bike than the blinker. Oh man, this is fun. I pulled the clutch in a downshift. God, that's gonna be weird to get used to. There we go. All right. Oh yeah. Still pulling the clutch in. God, that's so weird. I mean, it's just muscle memory that when you're doing it, you want to pull that clutch in, man. And like, instead of shifting or hitting the brake with like my balls of my feet, I'm putting like the middle of my foot on it because I'm not used to the aggressive rear sets here. But man. Also, with the more aggressive posture, I forget that you have to really squeeze the tank, because if not, you're going to be pushing on your wrist so hard that it's going to cause some problems. But man, this is fun. I'm like a little child. I'm like a little baby that got a new toy, man. Like, I'm only in, this thing redlines at what, 11, and I'm only sitting at like 4. I haven't even touched it yet. he was saying earlier that he doesn't think people realize that between the two of us, this is like 75, 80 grand worth of motorcycles. Oh shit. And just because this bike's so loud, I feel like I'm in such a high RPM, because with my bike's really only loud because of stock exhaust when it gets up into 9,000, 10,000, and so I feel like I have to shift, but I don't think I've gotten this thing past 5,000 RPM, which for bikes like this and Ducatis, they do not like that at all. You know, they want to be up there in the high rev range. I mean, that's where they're made to be. See, I'm at 5 right now. Okay, let's take it easy. Oh man, you can feel the heat coming off this baby. I can't think. This is One Only X-Ram, which I'll put his YouTube in the subscription or in the description box. I mean, this guy is the coolest guy ever for letting me to have the opportunity to do this. Like, to be able to trust me with this bike, even though I've ridden with him quite a few times and I do know how to ride. It is amazing that he's let me do this. Like I said, these are certain bikes that you'll see, but the chances of you actually getting to jump on one are exponential. Like, it's crazy. The only thing that I'm nervous about with bikes is starting. Because, I mean, you can whiskey throttle the fuck out of it, especially a bike like this. You'll whiskey throttle the shit out of this bike, and it's over. Like, you have no chance. There's no recovering off that. So that's the only thing that makes me nervous. Once you get going, I mean, everything just feels natural. Oh yeah, see? This just feels right. Ah, that feels good. And I can't imagine what this bike sounds like at 9,000 RPM. I really, really can't. So far impressions. Throttle, super twitchy. Super twitchy, like it just wants to go. In low RPMs though, it will bog down a little bit, but like I said, that's because Ducati in general, they do not like to be at low RPMs, especially these, you know, over a liter bikes. They don't do well in low RPMs, which that's a given. The seating style is very, very aggressive. My feet are really far back, really far back. I'm really far forward, but it doesn't feel uncomfortable as I thought it would be. I can feel it in my wrist, but that's just because I'm not used to it. But just like when you start riding any new bike, there's going to be certain aspects of the bike that make you feel uncomfortable because you're not used to it. What else? The dash is pretty cool. There's so much more into it than I will ever get into, of course, because it's not my bike. But I mean, it has multiple different modes. Different ABSs, I mean everything. It's colored, which is cool because color ones are ones you get in the higher class bikes. So the heat coming off this thing though is something else. This thing's got some heat coming off it between the legs. Yeah. I mean, I can only imagine if you rode this bike in the summertime what it would be. So I wouldn't recommend it. I'm gonna go ahead and put the specs up that I could find online on the screen here. Maybe here, you know, maybe here. That way you guys can actually read what some of the specs are there. It's pretty nimble. And I'm sure once you get better in it, it'll be more nimble, but for what I can feel, it's pretty nimble. I'm used to having to throw mine in, so I have to take a step back because if you just throw this one in, you're fucked. It's gonna go over. You're a hot bitch. That's for goddamn sure. Now, when people say a 600 is a bad starter bike, let me just preface with, now that I've ridden stuff like this and R1, a 600 is not that bad of a starter bike. Oh man, if you don't know what you're doing, if you're not at least semi-experienced, you're gonna have a fucked up day on this bike. I can tell you right now. This is in sport mode. There's another mode that's racing mode, and I can only fucking imagine what the hell that's like. Let's do it. Oh, buddy. Holy shit. Do it. Do it. Do it. Holy shit. Oh god damn it. Why? Now because I'm used to a decent amount of torque with my Z800, this one, when you're going, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's got massive amounts of torque, but it's not unmanageable. I'm sure in racing mode it'd be a different story, but right now in sport mode, like, to me this is manageable as long as you know what you're doing and you're not just hitting the throttle. It's like ah, because if that, it's gone, man. It's always weird to see somebody else vlogging. You know, I guess that's what I look like, where I move my head around, move my arm around, do things. But watching somebody else do it, it's kind of cool. It's like a backstage pass. I'll say in the wintertime though, your lower body will never ever be fucking cold. Ever. Holy shit. Oh yeah. This is, oh, it's pure fucking happiness. Oh, holy fuck. Oh my god. This brings motorcycle riding to a completely different fucking level. I wasn't even trying. Oh fuck. Like, it's almost scary when you're doing it, you know what I mean? Because it's just, if you've never felt it before, the pure acceleration like that, but knowing that, like, this is what this thing's made for. You know what I mean? Like, this is where this thing goes. Like, oh, I keep pulling the clutch in. Alright, watch out for the gravel. It's fucking amazing, dude. Like, when you got on it back there, that's a whole nother, that brings riding to like a whole nother fucking level.
Oh yeah, dude. Like this cruising, and then there's once you get on it above $6,000.
That's where it was, like $6-7 grand. It just, like, you feel yourself wanting to come off the bike, you know what I mean?
Hold.
Oh my god. Like, it's, I was just saying, it's almost scary, but knowing that, like, that's what this bike's built for, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
I gotta go up a little bit, we'll find spots coming out the back.
Alright, that works. Or wait, you don't want to go all the way, it goes all the way around.
Yeah, I don't like doing that, it's not fun.
Alright, that works.
Yeah.
What's that?
Go ahead.
Alright, so now he's gonna let me lead. Let's see. You fucking asshole! Oh, what a dick! Yeah, he's on a whole nother level, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it easy back here. Oh, there we go. Alright, let's go. Oh my god, excuse my language, but oh man, now. Alright. Next straightaway. After this turn, I think. The strangest thing ever to get used to is not having a clutch. I mean, it's a whole nother ball game, man. You want to? Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Is this in sport mode? Sport?
Sport, yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. Oh my god, a Panigale V4. Ridiculous. Crazy. Well, it's a twofer. Oh my god. Oh man, I like this one so much better already. Holy smakies. Okay. Alright. This is where it's at. Oh my god. Woo-hoo! Oh my god, I mean, like, the comfort level is absolutely ridiculous. So, Panigale V4 Speciale and a freaking $12.99 Anniversario. You've got to be kidding me. This might possibly be one of the best days of riding I've ever had in my entire life. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. See, I found it. I just need something that's like 35, 40 grand and it'll be okay. Like, it's not a big deal. Holy shit. Oh, and this is 31 or 321 of 1500. No big deal. You guys going right? Are you going right? Are you going right? No? Okay. Holy shit. Oh my god, I'm like a child. I'm literally giving this bike half throttle, if that. Oh my god. Like, this whole video is gonna be me gushing over this bike. Like a fucking fanboy that gets to meet their celebrity friend or their celebrity crush. So, thoughts on the Panigale V4 Speciale. The comfort level to this bike is actually, I mean, for the type of bike this is phenomenal. Everything is, I mean, okay, when I say smooth, you have to realize we're talking about Ducati here. For those of you that don't know Ducatis are not necessarily smooth bikes, but the controls on this thing are especially smooth, from the auto blip down to the quick shifter up to even the roll on the throttle. Once you really get into it, the roll on the throttle are ridiculous. Do it, guys. as you can tell. I mean, it is absolutely smooth, man, for this bike. I didn't think I could ever say like a Ducati Hypersport or Super Sport, if you want to call it, could be comfortable, and this bike is comfortable. The shift lever is kind of low. Usually when you have your rear set and your shift lever, they're kind of even, but with this one it's kind of down set, so that's something to get used to. But man, this is a machine right here. This bike's better.
More comfortable, it revs better.
That's what I'm saying. That's like just raw power.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a couple times where I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
This thing is just like smooth, man.
You feel more confident on that bike than this one. Yeah. And the 1199 was worse.
Yeah, there's like, you could...
I mean, the pulling is totally different.
One thing, that if you're gonna ride somebody else's bike, if they're gracious enough to let you ride their bike, don't be a fucking douchebag. Don't be that guy that immediately takes it out and just revs the piss out of it, or rev bombs it, or does stupid ass shit with it, you know what I mean? Like, don't be that guy. Like with him, I let him lead. I let him decide when we were gonna go, you know, do things like that. And that's the way it should be. Once he let me know that it was okay to rev it out, to have fun with it, then that's what I did. But don't be that guy that immediately gets on a bike and just fucking destroys it and just revs it and shows absolutely no respect. This guy works hard for his toys. And for you just to take it and just destroy it is complete bullshit if you were to do something like that. So let it be a lesson that if somebody is, like I said, gracious enough to let you ride their bikes, respect it. Respect it like your life depends on it. Everyone that I've let ride my bike respects it. But there are certain people in this world that you let them ride your bike and it's not going to come back to you the same, more than likely. There's a friend of a friend that took a friend's bike out and wrecked it in his pajamas. I mean, like, really? And they all say it's okay, don't worry about it, blah, blah, blah. You know, but no, that's not true. That is not true. So, after just getting home, I have to say, and I'm sorry, my GoPro died on the way back, so I couldn't do like another walk around with the V4 like I did with the 1299. But I want to say thank you to One Only X-Ram once again, because it was an amazing experience, something that not very many people get to experience, and it really truly did. I mean, it's made my year for the most part. I mean, it was just awesome. Thank you.
So guys, just got back. As you can see, we ended up switching, so I got to ride both the 1299 and the V4, what was it, Speciale? Amazing experience, like outrageously amazing experience. It really did. It made my whole year, as I said in the video before. I'm gonna place his YouTube in my description, so make sure to go check him out. He's got some good videos up, from the Hellcat to the Ducatis to doing work on his house, all that good stuff. I really don't know what else to say. Sorry if the video is just me screaming and laughing like a little kid, but that's really what came out and that's what happened, you know. So it was all raw, all natural, just a great experience. Awesome times. As always, check out my Instagram, hef_50_520. Check out the One Only X-Ram. Like I said, link will be down there. Good to go. Till then, talk to you guys next time. See you later.